One of my colleagues came to me yesterday and he says, "You've seen it worse, haven't you?" Well, I've only been here 57 years, and I never have. I've never seen such small-minded, miserable behavior in this House of Representatives.
This past June, John Dingell became the longest-serving congressman ever to serve in the House of Representatives. He was sworn into Congress in 1955, replacing his late father. Since then, the congressman has witnessed 18 government shutdowns, but never an impasse like this one. Joining me now from Capitol Hill is Michigan Congressman John Dingell. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, why is this one?
With you.
It's great to have you here, but tell us why this is different. Why is this worse than the past?
There are several reasons. First of all, the Speaker, Mr. Boehner, has lost control of his party. Second of all, they are trying to find some way out of the hole that they've dug for themselves. And they're disregarding the first rule of holes, which is when you're in a hole, stop digging. But they've got a different problem, and that is they are incapable of figuring out how it is they get off the hook. On top of that, his own party is denying him the ability to lead and to cut deals with the White House. And after all, Andrea, remember, compromise is an honorable word, and it is the way the government should be working in this country.
Now, in the past, there have been appropriations, so some departments have been funded, fully funded. This is the first time in my recollection, and your memory is certainly a lot better than mine, where there are no appropriation bills.
Well, we haven't passed appropriation bills, nor have we passed a budget. All we've got to do here is to pass a simple continuing resolution, and then we can get down and negotiate. The problem is they don't want to do it on the other side of the aisle. And the worst problem is that they're now trying to pass a whole series of small, little appropriation bills to deal with particular petty parts of the problem, as opposed to addressing the whole problem, and the whole problem in a way that will enable this country to get going. As you have said here on the program, 72% of our intelligence people are now laid off. And we have all kinds of other essential tasks like that that are not able to be conducted because of this very silly, spiteful, small-minded effort here.
What do you think they're so afraid of in the House caucus? Because there are certainly a number of Republicans, we've spoken to many of them, who want to change this, but they are really constrained by the sort of hardline Tea Party conservatives and the influence, it seems to be, of a senator from Texas.
Well, you're right, but he's only one of them. I don't know how many there are. There's something like 40 to 80 of them. But remember, there's a lot of outside interests that are moving this pressure on people, and Republican members are being threatened with a primary if they cooperate with the leadership and with the White House. And, of course, Mr. Boehner almost lost the leadership in January when the House was reconvened. So the problem is everybody over there on the Republican side is scared to death. They're not able to make the necessary concessions or cooperations which they know they need to come forward to a compromise that serves the public interest, gets this country going. And remember, the economy's in danger. We're seeing the stock market is beginning to tremble some. It will do more and be in serious trouble. In addition to this, we're finding that jobs are not being created, and all of this is related to the fact that business has uncertainty that they can't invest. So we have that problem, plus the fact that important government expenditures necessary to continuing the economic recovery are not going forward.
Congressman, you've seen it all in more than half a century, but it is true that John Boehner is clearly afraid that he would lose his speakership if he went against his own caucus, right?
Well, I don't know that. I know and respect Speaker Boehner. He's a decent man. I don't want to accuse him of being afraid or anything of that kind. I think the simple fact of the matter is he knows he can't move his party because everybody over there is scared to death, and they are desperately anxious not to give the president even a small win, even though it's something which is desperately needed by the American economy.
John Dingell, 57 years and counting, and we hope we get through this crisis. But this is not a great chapter in American national history.
Well, God bless you, Andrea. You're unfortunately right. We're going to try and get through it. This is a great country, and we owe it in the Congress of the United States to do a better job of dealing with the national problems. After all, remember, Congress means a coming together. We're certainly not coming together, and Mr. Boehner, God bless him, is not able to move us in the right direction.
Congressman John Dingell, the Dean of the House of Representatives, thank you very much.